All right. And so we have a very special guest today. And before we introduce our special guest, I'd like to present an idea, a new concept, maybe for some folks, but something that, again, relates to the theme of today. And so that topic and that concept is, what is political theater? What is political theater? Y'all think about that while I pull up this reading. All right. What is political theater? What is political drama? Jam, why are you so into this? Why are you so just let it go? You know what I mean? You know what? I did not grow up talking about power structures at the dinner table. You know what I mean? A lot of ways, it seemed like the way that I was growing up, being in survival mode, I was the effect of these things. But you're so young, it's like, you know, like something's up, but you just can't put your... It's like, I know something's going on. This can't be the way to live in life. It can't just be paying bills, and I just gotta be more to life. So you bet your bottom dollar I'm excited to be talking about this, because now I can call a thing and empower myself. So what is political theater? This is taken from study.com. You ready? Political theater is a genre of entertainment in film, television, or live performance in which there is a political component to the story, meaning that it is addressing a political issue, event, or a person in politics. These stories can be fiction, non-fiction, or based on real events with artistic liberty. Audiences today can turn on Netflix and watch The Crown. The Crown was getting a lot of press earlier this year. I think the Princess Diana, and the hood on like Princess Diana. All right, so check out. You can also check out a rerun of Parks and Recreation. Again, that's satire. That's a parody. Or you can admire Mr. Smith Goes to Washington on Turner Classic Movies. I gotta check that one out. Each in its own way is an example of political theater. Now, they said it right here. The ancient Greeks. Didn't we talk about the ancient Greeks a little bit earlier? The ancient Greeks were one of the first civilizations to bring theater to the masses, dabbling in both comedy and drama. Stories of history and the gods offered political meaning to Greek society, much like it does today. The originality in these early stories and their themes continue today in modern storytelling. What did I just say? The sophistication. All right, I'm getting a lot of bias with study.com. Okay. The sophistication of the Greeks was far superior to the... All right, I'm going to skip that part. Now they're getting into the whole Greek-Roman debate. We're not here for that. We get it. One came after the other. One predated. See? It's right then and there. It's right. The politics is right then and there in your face. But I do want to read this part. It would not be until William Shakespeare in the mid-1500s that storytelling, and especially political theater, took a leap forward. Of his 36 plays, many of them dealt with history, political power, or universal struggles with justice in some form. Like the political theater of today, they either highlighted political disasters or gave examples of heroic leadership. Now, again, for an avenue for my up-and-coming artists to think, and it's nothing wrong with creating, maybe you want to recreate what you saw in your dream. Maybe you want to make a piece of art that has nothing to do with the society, because you know what? It is our right to bring something new into this world, something that even got nothing to do with it, but it's automatically has to be filtered through the systems in which we relate with each other, and one of those systems happens to be politics. So this is a way for you to think, how can I, and again, this is something called historical fiction. You can even slap political historical fiction on that. Really taking a time of your life or an extreme collective moment, for example, 9/11, and creating a narrative or creating an art piece around that. Maybe you're a sculptor and perhaps you are depicting what it was like on the ground bases, ground zero. Perhaps you are a playwright and you want to talk about if this is, someone who might have survived or someone who might have passed in the tragedy that happened in 9/11. So this is that idea of taking political historical fiction and adding your own twist on it. And automatically it's gonna absorb readers, because a lot of people, especially today, remember whether it was 9/11, whether they was born or not, but a lot of folks are gonna remember what that collective feeling is like. So I just want to encourage folks, if you're thinking about shifting your perspective, if you need a new little mind jog or a new little writing exercise, take a political moment in history. It doesn't even have to be America. I'm only centering America because that's where I'm at. Go into any civilization and find a political moment and create a narrative from there. This is what the world premiere is doing. A quick little plug for myself. My latest play is called AM to PM Warship. This is me tackling and, not necessarily tackling, but it's my way of talking about the current immigration crisis. Again, staying true to my aesthetic, which is the radio drama format, also mystery, a little occult, a little fantastic sci-fi, but again, making it bigger, or not necessarily bigger, but making it more important than just this is some entertainment. We want to talk about some real life inside of it. You know what I mean? All right, we have every right to learn and we have every right to talk about it so we can stay informed as citizens. You know what I'm saying? All right, so that is political theater and a little offering for all my artists out there.